My child, listen closely. This is not just another message. This is a divine alert, a prophetic interruption. The atmosphere just shifted, and if your spirit is even slightly tuned in, you already feel it. Something cracked open in the heavens, and your name was whispered into the release. A financial door has just opened, not tomorrow, not next month, now. And I need you to understand. This moment is sacred, it is swift, it will not wait. I'm not speaking to your comfort, I'm speaking to your calling. You've prayed for provision, cried over lack, whispered questions about timing, and now here it is. The door is open, but you have seconds to walk through it. This is not to rush you, it's to awaken you. You're not waiting on me anymore, I'm waiting on your response. You've spent nights staring at ceilings, wondering how to make ends meet. You've juggled bills with silent frustration. You've tried to keep your faith alive while wondering if I'd forgotten you. But I never forgot you. Every sacrifice you made while no one was watching, every act of giving when you barely had enough, every moment you chose faith over fear, I recorded it. I watched you plant in drought, and now I'm sending rain. This financial door is not just a payout, it's a turning point. It's not a lucky break, it's a prophetic shift. What you're stepping into is not relief alone, it's repositioning. I'm moving you from barely surviving to fully walking in overflow. But understand, this isn't about money alone. This is about the mindset that's held you hostage for years. The belief that you were destined for struggle, that wealth was always for someone else, that abundance was something you had to earn. But I never said that. I never labeled you as lacking. The world did, people did, but not me. I called you blessed. I called you an heir. Now listen, because this is urgent. The door I've opened wasn't crafted by man. It wasn't negotiated in boardrooms or built by banks. This door was formed by obedience. Your obedience. Every time you trusted me when it didn't make sense. Every time you said yes, even with trembling hands. Every time you gave when you needed to hold back. That's what opened this door. And now you stand on the threshold, staring into a future that looks nothing like your past. I'm not just giving you a check, I'm giving you an assignment. I'm giving you clarity. I'm giving you strategy. I'm giving you favor with systems that once shut you out. Write this in the comments if you believe it. My door is open. Say it aloud. Speak it into the atmosphere. Faith activates what fear delays. There is money coming that you didn't plan for. Clients, connections, approvals, contracts, surprises. But hear me, the window is narrow. The opportunity is holy. It won't wait for your second guessing. I'm not asking you to feel ready. I'm asking you to trust me radically. The ones who wait for perfect conditions will miss what I'm releasing in this imperfect moment. But the ones who move in faith, they will see harvest like never before. You've looked around and seen others rise, and you quietly wondered if I skipped over you. But I don't skip my children. I sequence my timing. You weren't late. I was building something stronger in you. What I'm releasing now, you couldn't have handled last year, but now, you're ready. This is also why I pulled certain people away. You thought they left. No, I removed them. They couldn't walk through this financial door with you. Their influence would have corrupted your stewardship. This door requires purity. It requires vision. It requires a heart that still bows in blessing. You've been trained in pressure, so you can now rise in peace. The tables are turning. The last will be first. The overlooked are being called forward. That includes you. You've been hidden, but now I'm revealing what I deposited in you all along. And let me say this clearly. This isn't about greed. This is about legacy. This is about freeing you from generational poverty, debt cycles, scarcity thinking, and the silent shame you've carried about money your whole life. I'm not blessing you so you can impress others. I'm blessing you so you can impact others. Your hands are about to become distribution centers. Provision will flow to you, but also through you. You'll fund things you once could only pray for. You'll bless others without flinching. You'll walk in rooms and shift atmospheres because you're not just financially free, you're spiritually aligned. Write in the comments, "I'm ready for release." Speak it like you believe it. Heaven is watching your response, not to test you, but to align with you. Because I won't force this door on you. I'm inviting you to step through it. And I promise what's on the other side is not temporary. It's sustainable. This isn't a moment. It's a movement. This isn't luck. It's a launch. I'm accelerating your steps. I'm sending people to your life who will believe in what I've placed in you. I'm lifting restrictions off your ideas, your business, your bank account. Where there was friction, there will now be flow. Where there was pressure, there will now be peace. Where there was confusion, there will now be clarity. But you must move. The enemy will try to distract you in this moment. He'll send fear to paralyze you. He'll whisper lies like, "This is too good to be true," or "You don't deserve this." But hear me, this is not too good. It's God. And yes, you do deserve it, not because of perfection, but because of my promise. You are walking under an open heaven. You are standing in divine timing. And I will not let this door close without calling your name one more time. Will you walk through it, or will you wait for signs that will only come after obedience? I'm placing the choice in your hands now. The door is open. Seconds remain. Move. You've been holding your breath for too long, my child, waiting for the right moment, the right answer, the right confirmation to finally move forward. But let me tell you something powerful. The moment you've been waiting for isn't on the way. It's already here. You're standing in it. You've stepped into a divine zone of release, a space where heaven is bending low to meet your needs, where prayers you thought went unanswered are now returning to you full and overflowing. You may not see it all yet, but the movement has begun. The financial door I've opened for you didn't just crack, it flung wide. It was waiting for your obedience, and now that you've leaned in, the floodgates are being loosed. I saw your quiet surrender. I saw how you gave when it hurt, how you kept believing even when everything around you looked barren, how you spoke life over your future even when the numbers didn't add up. That was not wasted. That was not forgotten. That was seed in the soil, and now harvest is rushing toward you. And no, this isn't the kind of moment that looks loud at first. It may start subtly, an unexpected conversation, an overlooked email, an idea that won't leave your mind. But don't dismiss the small beginnings. They are markers of my divine setup. You've crossed a spiritual threshold, and what I'm unlocking in your life will not just bless you financially, it will reshape how you see yourself. You are not someone scraping for survival anymore. You are not begging to be seen, to be paid, to be approved. You are anointed to steward wealth, to manage overflow, to walk into rooms you once only dreamed of and speak with the authority of someone who knows who sent them. That heaviness that used to sit on your chest at night, I'm lifting it. That silent panic when bills arrived, I'm replacing it with peace. That feeling that everyone else figured life out except you, I'm dissolving it right now. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're not too late. You are precisely where you're meant to be, and I'm doing something in you that will silence every lie that ever told you otherwise. Write this in the comments if you feel it in your soul. I am right on time. I want to see your faith come alive, not in performance, but in posture. This is not a blessing for people who have everything figured out. This is a blessing for those who kept walking even when they felt like falling, for those who showed up in prayer when their heart was heavy, for those who believed for just enough and are about to receive more than enough. This door I've opened is sacred because it leads to alignment, not just accumulation. You won't have to chase after provision anymore. It will come looking for you. You won't have to manipulate or hustle or pretend. What I'm doing will be sustained by grace, not by striving. You're about to see the type of favor that makes people ask, "How did this happen for you?" and you'll simply smile and say, God did it. But hear me, this blessing comes with clarity. I'm rewiring how you think about finances. No more shame, no more guilt when good things come, no more spiritualizing your struggle like I ever asked you to stay stuck to prove a point. I didn't call you to lack. I didn't assign you to poverty. I called you to walk in wisdom, to steward increase, to show others what it looks like when heaven touches earth. Your hands will no longer shake when the topic of money arises. Your head will no longer drop when opportunity knocks. You are worthy, you are ready, and yes, even now I'm making up for what was lost. Every closed door was a setup. Every delay was a redirection. Every loss was preparing you to carry more. I am the God who restores years, not just days or income, but years. I'm reaching back into the seasons that broke you and pulling out something beautiful. And child, this isn't only for you. I've seen the prayers you've prayed for your family, for your children, your siblings, your parents. I've seen the burden you've carried for people you love. Get ready, because I'm not just blessing your house. I'm healing your household. Restoration is coming to relationships that money strained. Peace is coming to households where arguments used to live. Forgiveness is being planted where silence and resentment used to grow. What I'm pouring out will heal more than bank accounts. It will heal hearts. If you've been standing in the gap for someone else, write this in the comments. Breakthrough for my family. Declare it. Watch me move. And as I release these blessings, don't hide them. Don't shrink back. You don't need to explain why I chose you. I chose you because I saw your heart. I saw your tears. I saw the way you honored me when it felt like nothing was working. That was never weakness. That was worship. And now I'm turning that worship into wealth, so you can walk out the purpose I placed inside you. You'll do more than pay bills. You'll build. You'll create. You'll sponsor dreams. You'll walk into rooms with answers. You'll go from borrower to lender, from survivor to stabilizer, from someone who once feared money to someone who now multiplies it. I trust you with this. I trust you because you never let the waiting turn into bitterness. You turned it into worship, and now everything is changing. This isn't just your moment, it's your movement. You won't go back to how it was. This open door isn't temporary, it's the start of a new flow. So don't hesitate now, don't wait for more confirmation. You've seen the signs, you've felt the stirring, you've heard my voice. Now walk. Walk boldly, walk quickly, walk gratefully. The door is open, but you only have seconds. You've come farther than you think, my child. And what's ahead of you is so much greater than what's behind. But this moment right here is critical, because everything depends on how you respond to what I've already set in motion. The financial door has not only opened, it's already shifting the atmosphere around you, already attracting resources, already pulling favor toward your name. And while others hesitate, analyze, overthink, and look backward, I'm telling you, step now, because in the spirit, seconds matter. This door is tied to divine timing. And if you delay too long, if you let fear talk louder than faith, you could miss what I've already prepared for your hands to hold. Because what's behind this door isn't just a check. It's a chain-breaking, future-shaping, legacy-launching assignment that will shift how you walk, how you think, and how others see my glory in your life. I've waited for this moment longer than you have, because I saw it from the beginning, when you were still figuring out who you were, when you doubted if you'd ever be more than your struggle. I already knew you'd reach this point, a holy intersection where your obedience meets my overflow, where your yes collides with my yes, where the devourer is rebuked, and every attack against your provision is silenced, because I am stepping into your finances, not with a patch, but with a complete rebuild. And hear me, I'm not just answering the prayer you whispered through tears, I'm exceeding it. The bills that made your chest tighten, the pressure you didn't tell anyone about, the thoughts that kept you up at night while others slept peacefully. I was there for all of it, And I made a promise to myself that when you came out of this, it wouldn't just be with relief, it would be with redemption, the kind that makes you shake your head and smile, because you finally see what I was doing when it looked like nothing was happening. The kind that erases years of guilt from bad decisions and replaces them with wisdom and wealth that multiplies. But let me be clear, this is not about you striving harder, working more hours, or trying to impress me with your effort. No, this door opens by faith alone, by believing me enough to move when I say move, by trusting that your name is on what's being released, even if you haven't seen it yet with your eyes, because the Spirit sees before the natural follows, and you are already surrounded by what I've promised. It's circling, it's closing in, it's making its way to you, and it will not be intercepted, because I've assigned angels to guard what's yours. Angels that don't sleep, don't negotiate, and don't miss. Write this in the comments right now if you know it's for you. The angels are bringing it to me. Say it with boldness, with expectation, because this is the kind of faith that moves mountains, opens vaults, parts red seas of financial chaos, and makes room for what eye has not seen. And yes, you'll be tempted to doubt, tempted to look at your bank account and say, but how? But that's the wrong question. The question isn't how. The question is who, and the answer is me. I am the source, the supplier, the sustainer, and I don't check credit scores or past failures before I bless. I check faith, I check posture, I check obedience. And child, you've passed the test, even when you didn't know you were taking one. So now I'm releasing not just money, but financial identity, financial healing, and financial peace. You're going to sleep different after this. You're going to think different. You're going to walk into stores and not calculate what you can't afford, but instead thank me for what I've made possible. And more than that, you'll bless others. You'll buy groceries for the person behind you, sow into ministries without hesitation, fund vision that matches your purpose. And when they ask how, you'll simply say, because God opened the door and I walked through it. And I know some people around you won't understand. They'll call it coincidence. They'll try to downplay your breakthrough. But let them talk while they're guessing. I'll be blessing, and what I do in your life won't be hidden. It will be public enough to silence every lie, every critic, every person who counted you out, because I'm preparing a table in the presence of your doubters, and the table has room for overflow, for unexpected checks, for divine discounts, for miraculous provision that can't be explained, only testified about. This is your comeback, and not the soft kind, the loud kind, the kind that shakes rooms, shifts bloodlines, and breaks generational debt off your family's name. And child, if you've been carrying financial pain for years, I need you to release it now. Say out loud, even now, I forgive myself for the money mistakes, because I forgave you the moment you asked. And I never intended for shame to follow you into this new season. I'm giving you a clean slate, a new structure, and strategy that works, ideas that produce income, favor that leads to opportunity, partnerships that prosper, and discipline to maintain what I'm about to drop into your lap. And don't worry about the learning curve. I'm sending mentors, wisdom, and divine nudges that'll teach you how to multiply what's coming. It won't slip through your hands this time, because now you know who your source is. And when I give to establish legacy, not just to fill gaps. So now, as you read this with a heart that's racing and eyes that may be filled with tears, I want you to know this one truth. You didn't miss your moment. You're standing in it, and everything changes from here. The pressure is lifting, the floodgates are opening, and heaven's economy has just touched your household. So take a breath, lift your head, and declare one last thing in the comments with confidence. The door is open, and I've already stepped through. Because this isn't just a message, it's your divine confirmation. You've waited, you've wept, and you've warred through seasons where the silence felt louder than my promises. But I want you to hear me now. This moment is not just a breakthrough, it's a birthing, a holy transition into a completely new atmosphere where the rules are different, the limits are lifted, and the supply is no longer scarce. Because I, the Lord your God, have personally unlocked this financial door, and I'm not letting you walk into it empty-handed or confused. I'm sending clarity, courage, and confirmation to every corner of your life where fear once whispered doubt, and I'm covering you in a peace so undeniable that people will notice the change before you say a word, and they'll ask, "What happened to you?" And you'll say, "God opened the door and I finally walked through it." Because yes, child, this is the moment everything shifts. Not in theory, not in the future, but right now. And as the weight of old struggles fall off your shoulders, don't pick them back up. You don't owe your past another minute of your identity, and you don't have to explain why you're being blessed. My favor doesn't need an apology. I'm placing a divine banner over your life that reads, "Approved by heaven," and everywhere you go, that approval will follow you into banks, into meetings, into opportunities, into relationships, and yes, even into places you once felt too broken to belong. This is more than money. It's about the divine restoration of everything you lost while you were just trying to survive. And I'm not just giving it back the way it was. I'm giving it back multiplied, strengthened, and anointed for more, because I'm a God of overflow, not leftovers. And what's being poured into your lap now won't run out when the season changes. It will sustain you and send you. You'll not only walk in provision, you'll become provision for others. And where you once asked for help, you'll now become the one who carries solutions, who funds missions, who answers prayers through generosity. And don't you dare shrink back from this calling. Don't water it down. Don't play small to make others comfortable, because I've raised you up to disrupt poverty cycles, to uproot the lies of lack, and to establish a new name over your household, a name that will be known for blessing, for wisdom, for impact, and for faith that never gave up. And I want you to hold your head high, not in pride, but in confidence. Because this wasn't luck, this wasn't coincidence, this was covenant. This was the fruit of every tear you thought dried in secret, every seed you sowed when your heart was tired, every midnight prayer that felt unanswered. And now you're living in the evidence of endurance, the harvest of hope, the reward of relentless trust, and it's just beginning. You're going to see overflow where there used to be overdraft, divine timing where there used to be delay, peace where there used to be pressure, and a new kind of joy, one that's not tied to things, but rooted in knowing that God did this and He did it with you in mind. So declare it now in the comments if you haven't yet. My financial door is open and I've stepped through by faith. Say it, type it, claim it, because the word says the power of life and death is in your tongue, and when you speak it, the atmosphere must align. And now, as this word settles in your heart and your spirit begins to believe again, I want you to do one more thing, not just for yourself, but for the thousands who are waiting for a sign, for a voice, for a confirmation that God still speaks, still moves, still opens doors that no man can shut. Share this message, subscribe to this channel, and let me use you as a vessel to spread hope, because this isn't just a message. It's a movement, and Jesus' blessed message isn't just a name. It's a family, a faith circle, a divine assignment to speak life when the world screams fear, to declare breakthrough when others whisper defeat, and to lift up every viewer who's forgotten they were born for something greater. You reading this now are part of that assignment. This wasn't a scroll-by moment. This was a divine appointment. And if your spirit feels that, if your chest feels lighter, if your eyes are tearing up, if your heart is racing a little faster, it's because your soul recognizes truth and your future recognizes the sound of open doors. Subscribe right now. Don't wait. Don't put it off. because every message on this channel is a seed, prophetic, personal, and full of the Spirit. And when you plant yourself here, you're choosing to grow where God speaks daily. And when that next video comes, you'll know He's still speaking to you, guiding you, preparing you, and pushing you into more. So don't keep this to yourself. Send it to someone you love. Post it in your stories. Comment below with your testimony. And be part of the revival I'm stirring through this very ministry. Because I'm not done blessing you. I'm not done leading you, and I'm not done using you to touch others. Your breakthrough is not only your testimony, it's your tool. And with every Amen you declare, you're making room for someone else to believe too. Now lift your head, inhale deeply, and walk boldly, because I'm already waiting on the other side of that open door, smiling, saying, "Welcome, child. You've arrived. Let's build."